are three things you probably don't know about the tarot. Number one, tarot was not created for fortune telling or divination. It was a game. Number two is that the tarot is not one deck, but two decks combined into one. And the third is that now more than ever, tarot is the most popular tool among psychics. So here's your complete guide to reading the tarot with some powerful exercises for you near the end. The tarot is an amazing and versatile tool to receive divine guidance from spirit and spirit communication and divination. Whether it's through belief, through practice, or natural law, tarot is a potent vehicle for receiving divine guidance and remains the most popular tool among psychics. The history of the tarot is somewhat mystical and veiled, but there are a few things that are known. The original tarot is called Trianti or Tarocchi, and it was a game, and the original prints are preserved in the Visconti Sforza deck, if I'm pronouncing that right. I have that for you right here. I have a few prints from that deck, from the original tarot. These prints have been credited to a Renaissance artist named Bonifacio Bembo, though in different sources they have slightly different information. But he was a Renaissance artist, and this became a game that was very popular apparently in the court of King Ferdinand II around Milan and around that area. However, scholars from the 1800s made some remarkable discoveries about this. One of the things that they found is that these are very medieval prints, yet this was a Renaissance artist. So they did some research and they found some pretty interesting correspondences that the origins of the tarot are probably much older than those prints and were probably used as some kind of a mystical tool for scholars, for religious and spiritual people, and stuff like that. They found that there's correspondences probably in the Cabala, the ancient Cabala, especially the Tree of Life glyph in the Cabala, but also many claim that some of the original symbolism can actually be found in Scripture. Though biblical significance is subject to interpretation, the correspondences with the Kabbalistic Tree of Life are very clear-cut, as these scholars discovered. So firstly, understand that the tarot is two decks, not just one. There's the major arcana, which are here's a few examples right here. These are the cards that have the numbers and the word in it, like the Empress, and we've got the Fool card, which is key 0 or key 22, or the World card. And the minor arcana, the second deck, is 56 cards. These are your numbered cards, your court cards, etc. So you have the Ace of Cups, I think, here, and the Ten of Pentacles and King of Swords, I believe. By the way, this is the Morgan Greer deck. This is the deck that I tend to read from a lot. So in the Cabala, in the Tree of Life, it's a glyph. There's 10 sephira or spheres. Those correspond to all the 56 major arcana cards, can all be placed in one or two of those spheres. That deck depicts every possibility in life, in physical life. And when you combine the cards together, you get any possibility in life. So it's like a story. It's like a book of life. But the major arcana cards are the archetypical forces that act upon the physical life to change the physical life. So they kind of interact and interplay together. And in the major arcana, sometimes you hear about what's called the Fool's Journey, that the Fool is card 0, and then you go through all these steps of spiritual evolution through the 21 cards up to the World card, and then you start the cycle all over again with 22, the Fool card. So it depicts that spiritual evolution isn't linear in nature, but rather it is circular. Here's another deck that I read from the Hanson Roberts deck. And the original modern tarot is called the Rider-Waite deck, which I don't happen to have them. And by the way, this is a impression from the artist Salvador Dali, the Visconti Sforza deck. So there's many, many decks to choose from, many themes and so forth and so on. So the tarot was basically used mostly for meditation and a wisdom tool, primarily, at least till the late 1800s or probably into around the 1930s or so. It started to become more popular for readings, for divination and stuff like that, after that time, and towards the 60s, 70s, and then onward, it became hugely popular as a tool for psychics. So it can be used for spirit communication, for divination, for getting psychic messages, as well as for manifestation, prayer, and magic, if you care to use it that way. Of course, use your discretion on any of those types of practices, obviously. And there's different spreads that you can use. I like the Celtic cross spread, but there's a lot of different spreads that you can use, and you absolutely can read for yourself. So you have to be objective, obviously. It's harder to read for yourself, but you absolutely can. You can open your heart, connect with the energies of the tarot, and allow spirit to guide you through this divination tool for decisions that you need to make in your life, as well as things that are going on around you. To learn the tarot, so let's say, how are we going to learn the cards in the tarot? There's a book that I highly recommend. It's called 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack, who I had the honor of meeting and working with behind the scenes of the Psychic Detectives TV show, which was a thrill, because she's an idol when it comes to tarot. And anything by Arthur Waite, the Eden Gray books are good. My suggestion is learn the cards, learn them inside out, learn the book meanings, but then forget them, because tarot is an intuitive tool. So you create this base of knowledge, this template or blueprint that spirit can act upon. So like any other form of spirit communication, they're going to tap into the way you see things and try to give you messages in your own language. So how you interpret the tarot, that's how the tarot is going to come up for you. Other very powerful ways to learn the tarot, to develop a relationship with them, and to be able to use them in divination, to get messages for yourself and others, as well as for manifestation and prayer, is start to meditate with the tarot. You can pick a card every day, get really present, open, and step into the card and feel the energies and get the messages that way. Some people like to sleep with tarot cards and absorb the energies with that. But the thing that I wanted to share with you, this to me is the most powerful way that you're going to learn how tarot speaks to you, assuming, of course, that you're doing other training methods. If you're liking this video, please like it, share it, comment, and let's get this information out to more people. And I thank you for that. And the thing to do is a 3-card spread. Every morning, just pull 3 cards. You can ask a question or whatever. Just pull 3 cards, see what they are. It may be these 3 cards, which would be a very good spread, by the way. So you put your 3 cards. Then in the evening, go over your day and look at the cards. You do this in your journal and then see what these cards are trying to tell you about the day. Do this every day, and over time, you're going to develop your own personal relationship. Now, also, again, this is an intuitive tool. Tarot will help you open up your intuition and your spirit communication. It's very important that you work with your third eye, with your clairvoyance, with your chakras and divine wisdom. So next video for you is right over here if you want to dive deeper into tarot and developing your intuition and your connection with spirit. I love you, thank you, and see you at the next video.